This is Raju, a school-going, playful, graceful child whose laughter echoed through every street of his village. His voice of joy, his innocent games, and his sparkling eyes made him a symbol of life itself. In him, everyone saw promise that one day Raju would grow, achieve success, and live a happy and inspiring life. Isn't that what we all expect from the future? But fate had a different tale to write. At an early age, when children should dream only of joys and stories, Raju was forced to witness how dreams can wither under the weight of cruel reality. How did it happen? Let us listen to his story. In a quiet village of Punjab lived this little boy Raju. The previous year the rains had been generous, the fields had flourished, and the harvest had been plentiful. His father, with hope in his eyes, had promised him a new bicycle if fortune smiled upon them once more. With a heart overflowing with excitement, Raju waited eagerly, counting the days until the clouds would return. His father, too, was filled with belief. With unwavering faith in the sky above, he sowed his seeds, whispering softly to himself, "This year will be no different." The family dreamed together, weaving futures out of their hope, trusting the rains to. But nature does not heed promises. The rains expected with such longing did not arrive. The soil cracked beneath the merciless sun as the fields thirsted for a single drop. And then, when the clouds finally burst, they came not with gentle blessings, but with fury. Torrents swept through the land, drowning the young crop before it could rise. What was meant to give life became the very force of destruction. Raju looked to his father, still clinging to the dream of his bicycle, but saw only silence. His mother's eyes, once radiant with hope, now brimmed with tears. His father bowed under the crushing weight of debt and despair, struggled even to speak. For the child, it was the loss of a simple dream. For the family, it was the collapse of a harvest. And for the father, it was the breaking of his spirit himself. The school-going child, once filled with laughter and bright visions of tomorrow, now stood at the threshold of burdens, far heavier than his small shoulders could carry. Innocence was stolen, replaced with responsibility forced upon him by fate. This is not merely Raju's story. It is the story of countless families across Punjab and across India. Fields that once promised abundance now whisper uncertainty. The food that reaches our plates, the wheat in our chapati, the rice streaming in our bowls, depends upon these rains. But when the rains betray their rhythm, everything changes. Dreams, livelihoods, and lives. Rainfall in India is no longer what it used to be. Once predictable monsoons have turned erratic, sometimes late, sometimes absent, and sometimes so fierce that they drown entire fields. Between 2015 and 2021, India lost over 34 million hectares of crops to excess rains and another 35 million to drought. Farmland larger than many states combined. Punjab and Haryana, India's wheat heartlands, have seen this firsthand. In 2023, unseasonal rainfall was nearly 200% higher than normal. Fields flattened, and in some regions, farmers lost nearly all their wheat. The science is clear. Wheat yields in India may fall by 6 to 25% by the end of the century. Rice yields could drop by nearly 10% by 2080. Even some researchers warn that wheat output could shrink by half if nothing changes. Why? Because wheat depends on cool weather and steady rainfall, while rice thrives only when water is abundant yet controlled. But there is hope. Across India, solutions are taking roots. Scientists are developing climate-resilient varieties of wheat and rice that can survive droughts or floods. Farmers are turning to rainwater harvesting, drip irrigation, and sprinklers, methods that save up to 30% of water while preserving yields. Technology too is transforming fields. Mobile apps now forecast weather more accurately. Drones spot early signs of crop stress, and soil health cards guide farmers to use fertilizers wisely. Crop insurance, minimum support prices, and farmer training programs in climate-smart agriculture are slowly reducing the risks. With resilient seeds, smarter water use, technology, and strong policies, we can ensure that India's fields continue to feed both its people and its future.